Oh, okay.
For 19 years, Morgan Brown lived a life filled with purpose, love, and promise. She was a daughter, a sister, a friend, and a dreamer, someone whose presence lit up every room she walked into. Raised with care and discipline by her devoted parents, David and Kelly Brown, Morgan was the kind of young woman who made you proud to know her. Respectful, grounded, and full of quiet determination. From childhood, her love for hairstyling was more than a passing interest. It was a passion, a gift. What started as playful braids and twists on dolls and family evolved into a career path. Morgan wasn't just playing dress up. She was building a future. She graduated hair school with ambition in her heart and clippers in her hand, ready to create, to build, to make beauty her business. She was also a big sister in every sense of the word. Her bond with Alyssa was unshakable, captured in photo after photo filled with joy, closeness, and shared laughter. They were more than sisters. They were best friends. One small, close-knit family anchored by love, faith, and mutual respect. For 19 years, Morgan did everything right. She worked hard. She kept to herself. She stayed out of trouble. She walked through life with grace, peace, and kindness. And then, in one senseless, disgusting moment, a coward with a fragile ego ended her life. He decided that if he couldn't have her, no one would. Because in his mind, her phone number held more value than her life. Morgan Brown was murdered for rejecting a man. Let that sink in. She wasn't doing anything wrong. She wasn't being disrespectful. She wasn't in the wrong place at the wrong time. She was simply a young black woman trying to go home. And because of that, because she dared to say no, her life ended in a parking lot outside a club. Instead of booking new clients, she was buried in a casket. Instead of preparing to grow her career, her family had to prepare her obituary. All because a man couldn't handle rejection. Morgan was 19 years old. She had her whole life ahead of her. But one man's fragile ego and his gun decided otherwise. Welcome to the American Crime Femicide channel. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for future uploads. In October of 2021, Morgan was living the kind of life every young black woman should get to live, focused, glowing, and finally reaping the rewards of her hard work. At just 19 years old, Morgan had accomplished what many only talk about. She had graduated from the John Amico School of Hair Design and was about to start her professional career. Quiet, reserved, and raised with love and structure by her parents. Morgan didn't grow up chasing attention. She grew up chasing purpose.
I'm playing with you, Morgan. You did that. Okay.
Hair was her passion, and she wasn't just doing it for fun. She was good. Her braids were crisp, her parts clean, her colors flawless. She wasn't interested in fast fame. She was building a reputation. So, when she made her debut post on Facebook on October 19th, it wasn't just a casual introduction. It was her arrival. Hey y'all, my name is Morgan. I'm new to Facebook. I am a hairstylist that just graduated from cosmetology school. I do braids, locks, and take care of natural hair. I do color, cuts, and everything else. I'm about to get active on here, so follow me and book. There will be appointments available starting November 9th. That was Morgan. Polite, professional, ready. She was already booking clients. Her November calendar was filling up. The future was calling. So when the opportunity came up to relax a little on Halloween night and go out with friends, she took it. She deserved it. It was supposed to be a night of fun before the hustle of full-time work took over. They went to SVN Bar Grill in Midlothian, Illinois, a spot that had its share of issues, including city complaints and previous altercations. But Morgan didn't know she'd be walking into a night that would change everything. A night where fun turned into a funeral. As Morgan and her friends were leaving the club, 25-year-old Jamil Hayes approached the group. He asked Morgan for her number. She declined politely. And that should have been the end of it. But fragile men with no self-control and no future don't walk away. They lash out. And Jamil? He was exactly that man. Instead of taking the L and moving on like a grown adult, he pulled out a gun. He shot Morgan in the chest. He pistol whipped her friend, then shot her multiple times in the arm and leg because he couldn't handle rejection, because a 19-year-old woman told him no. Hayes fled like the coward he is. Meanwhile, Morgan and her friend were rushed to the hospital. Her friend survived. Morgan didn't. She died before she ever got to take her first full-time client. A few days later, her death went viral on TikTok after a friend shared her story.
Now this is a sad story, but this is also the call to action for all the guys out there. For let's do the damn thing, shorty. Now this is Morgan. I met Morgan the day this picture was taken last year at the Indiana Dunes Beach. Now this is Maddie. I've been knowing Maddie for like 4 or 5 years. This is my dog for real. You feel me? So anyway, I met Morgan because of Maddie. Me and my homie was at the Dunes Beach. I ran into Maddie. You know how that go. Woo. So we kicked it with her and her friends, and Morgan was one of the friends. Now Morgan was all smiles, good vibes, cool as hell for real, for real. Now after this day, me and Morgan didn't exchange Instagram snaps, none of that. You feel me? That day was just that day. You know what I'm saying? So last night, Morgan was coming out the club. A dude asked for her a number. She said no. A dude pulls out a gun, shooting her chest and her leg, G. R.I.P. baby girl. But you niggas really don't get enough play? That y'all really that mad that a shorty tell y'all no for? Take the rejection and move on. Somebody reject me? Cool, I'll move on. You niggas really can't take rejection for? Like, y'all really don't get no play. Y'all gotta do that. Y'all really some hoes for doing that to shorty. For any shorty. Like, really getting mad? No, it means no, shorty. Y'all some hoes. Rest in peace.
For her family, the nightmare had just begun. Her parents, already devastated, were now planning a funeral for their daughter. Her mother, Kelly, had to bury her baby just as she was watching her blossom. On November 13, 2021, Morgan was laid to rest in a ceremony as beautiful as she was, a send-off for a young woman who had barely begun to live.
My money, like, I'll just say a few words and then you can do some, okay? Fly white doves, carry the soul so blessed, the soul we are loved, to the place of eternal rest. Amen. Amen.
I love you.
But the heartbreak didn't end there. Just 2 months later, Morgan's birthday came. And for the first time, there were no cakes, no gifts, no hugs. Just silence, and the unbearable truth that this would be the first of many birthdays without her.
I thought it was summer, actually. It's not June.
Happy birthday, Morgan. Don't throw it, don't throw it. Let it go up on its own. Happy birthday, Morgan. Happy birthday.
Morgan's family didn't give up hope of finding Jamil. They turned their grief into action. They raised a $5,000 reward with the FBI, adding another $1,000 to help track down Hayes. They held a press conference where they pleaded with the public for help.
Good afternoon, thank you for coming. I'm Chief Delaney with the Midlothian Police Department. I'm going to provide a synopsis of why we are here today. On October 31st at 2:48 a.m., Midlothian officers were in the area of 147th and Kilpatrick, and they heard gunshots coming from 146th block of Kilpatrick Avenue. Officers relocated to the area of the gunshots and found two female victims who were suffering from apparent gunshot wounds. Both victims were transported to Christ Hospital, where one of the victims, identified as 19-year-old Morgan Brown, had succumbed to her injuries. Midlothian detectives, with the assistance of the South Suburban Major Crimes Task Force, identified the suspect being Jamil Hayes, 25 years of age, from Chicago. Midlothian detectives obtained a nationwide arrest warrant for Jamil Hayes for the offense of first-degree murder. Midlothian Police Department, with the assistance of the FBI Fugitive Warrants team, have been actively searching for Jamil Hayes. The FBI has offered a $1,000 reward for information leading to the arrest. We are joined today by Morgan Brown's father, David Brown, her mother, Kelly Brown, and her sister, Alyssa Brown. The family would like to ask the public for assistance in locating Jamil Hayes, and they have offered up their own reward for information leading to his arrest. I would like to now introduce her father, David Brown, who would like to make a statement.
Morgan was a beautiful, happy, and easygoing young woman. She had recently graduated from cosmetology school and was beginning her life dream as a hairstylist/entrepreneur. A parent's worst nightmare is to have to bury their child. We lost our daughter, and her sister lost her best friend. We are reliving this nightmare every day. Morgan's killer is still out there. We are offering a $5,000 reward for any information that will lead to his capture and conviction for the crime of murder. Please help us find Morgan's killer and make the world just a little bit safer for our young people. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Facebook Live. This is Kelly Brown. I have never done anything like this before, but as you know, I am still grieving the loss of my beautiful daughter. We just got through doing a press conference in regards to the capture of the killer of my daughter. His name is Jamil Hayes. I'm sure you guys know that by now. But we will be aired on Channel 2, 5, 7, 9, and 32 this afternoon, somewhere between 4 or 5 or 6. I'm not sure which time. They did not say. Letting everybody know that we are offering a reward for his capture and conviction. So if you have any information on this person that did this to my daughter, please help us find him. We love you much.
And finally, in March 2022, more than 4 months after Morgan was killed, Jamil was arrested. He was charged with first-degree murder and attempted murder. And yet, nearly 3 years later, this case is still dragging through the court system like justice is optional. No conviction, no real closure, pandemic delays, court backlogs, and a grieving family that's still stuck in limbo while the man who killed their daughter waits in a cell, breathing air she'll never breathe again. Morgan should have been thriving right now. She should have had her own suite by now. She should have been running a business, getting her own apartment, growing her clientele, celebrating holidays with her family, and enjoying the sweet, messy freedom of young adulthood. But instead, her dreams were snuffed out by a man who had no future and couldn't stand to see a woman with one. Morgan's story isn't just tragic, it's enraging, and it's all too common. Women are being murdered for daring to reject men who are beneath them in every possible way. Jamil Hayes didn't just take a life, he took a life. And no matter what sentence he gets, Morgan is still gone. Her chair is still empty. Her mother's arms are still aching. Her sister is still without her best friend. All because one man didn't hear the word no often enough growing up. May Morgan Brown rest in peace knowing she did everything right and still paid the price for a man's broken ego. And may her killer rot in every ounce of guilt and disgrace the world can offer him. Justice may take time, but Morgan will never be forgotten. Not now, not ever.